So what I thought I'd do with this video is just give you guys another crack at another type of database. Again, my preference is that you guys try to use the virtual machine, but it's quite possible that you don't have the technology or you're stuck in a place that doesn't have the technology. Obviously, the weakness I'm about to show you a cloud database, and the weakness for that one is that you need to have internet connectivity, among a few other weaknesses. But this is good enough for now. So first thing you need to do is you need to go to livesql.oracle.com. That is also a link inside of the link section, and you need to sign in, which again means that you need to have an account. Now for this one, just to demonstrate the fact that you can do this without being an Oracle person, DC, I did set myself up an account, which is obviously not an Oracle account, and it's letting me in. Right, so there I am right there. Awesome. So how can you get basically the textbook schema going and even the HR schema going inside of this database? It's actually relatively easy. What you can do is you can go to your SQL worksheet here, and then you gotta wait. Perfect. And then just to review this part, if you go basically to the materials and you go to the content and then you go to this week, or not this week, but week 2, and you download, you'll get yourself a nice little build script, which has got all the DDL that you need. You can Control A, Control C, so Control A select everything, Control C copies everything, go back into here, and then you can go paste, and this thing will actually run. So you can go run, and then you wait, and it did it all. Now, because this is a browser, you don't get to see it happening as it does it. It basically runs it all in some database somewhere and then puts all this information up front. You're also probably going to want to save this now, because every time you log out and log back in, it'll reset to an empty schema, and you probably don't want that. So if you click on the save, and you can save it as JLDB or class or something. It's interesting that's allowing you to do this. Most of the time, at least I thought it was going to set it to public, but you can set it to private. That's fine. If you want to fill in other stuff, that's great too. You can go save. Correct errors. I do need to put something in here. All right. Well, DDL for the textbook objects for the course. All right. Now I'm going to go. And it's saving the script, and that script will now show up under my scripts when it's ready. So it's done. Let's go ahead and look. Here's my scripts right there, the LDB for class. More importantly, now in the schema, I've actually now got the various objects, and if I go back to the worksheet, and I can choose, at this point, I'm going to go Control A and delete, and I can go select asterisk from books, keeping the semicolon alive. I go run, and that basically has got all of my data. To demonstrate that point that it resets, I'm going to go and sign out. And now I'm going to go and sign in. Keep the case lower. And if I go to my schema, you'll see there's nothing here because the objects basically disappeared when I logged out. So I'd have to basically go to my scripts, I would go to JLDB, and then I would run it. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now, the other thing is, what if you want to use the HR objects? Because your homework is all based on these objects, but I'll be doing some stuff in class, and I just pick a different schema because I don't want, to basically do your homework in front of you. So what if you want to do that? Well, there is this thing called the code library down here, and it's actually pretty cool because the code library has got lots of sort of intros and lessons and whatever people have done. Here, someone has already done something called HR objects for and data for LiveSQL, which if it doesn't show up right away, if you just search for HR objects, you'd probably get it right away. I'm going to click on this guy, and I'm going to run that script. By the way, I did make it my favorite. We can talk about that later. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go perform actions. And I can't remember, by the way, if there's a collision here. There might be some objects here that existed in the other schema, and as well, you should already know this, but you can't have two objects with the same name. So it could collide, but we'll see what happens. There is more data here, by the way, than the other schema, so it's going to take a bit of time. So what I might do is I'm probably going to pause the recording and then come back. So I'm just going to pause. All right, so it did come back. It wasn't that much longer, but that's enough dead air time. So anyway, there you go. We can kind of review. Was it actually successful? Actually, it looks like it was pretty successful. Good. All right, so I'm going to basically X out of that. I'm going to check out my schema, and now I've got myself fully loaded for as long as I've remained logged on. Then if I want to go to my worksheet and do a nice sort of select asterisk from employees, semicolon, I can run that, and that will basically get me my my results. All right, that's pretty well all you need to know for LiveSQL. Well, one other thing I'll just say, it is clunky, but it is the easiest entry into having a database for this course. All right, that's it.